much. First of all, it's great to be back to Man Orchards. Obviously, a business that they did build it on their own. And they're trying every day to not only grow, but expand and hire and basically provide for families. And I just wanted to come out and obviously say thank you, come back again. And basically, we're going to be pies for everybody. We're going to go in and say hi to everybody. We're going to stay here and say hello to everybody. But let me just leave you with this. As you know, what's happening. You saw the unemployment numbers. They're creeping up nationally. They're creeping up in Massachusetts. Then how do you solve that problem? By raising taxes, by continuing spending in Washington, like my opponent wants to do. How is that possible? If you're going to take more money out of businesses like this and out of your pockets, how is that good for growth? How is that good to get our economy moving again? It's not. That's a policy that my opponent is pushing. I'm not. And for you seniors here, by the way, if you don't believe me with regarding, and I'm not looking at anybody in particular, if you don't believe that $750 billion of Medicare cuts is going to hurt someone you love and some of you, then call your doctor who deals in Medicare. Call your hospital and call your nursing home. Don't believe either one of us. I want you to call today. Call Monday when you get home, and they'll tell you what $750 billion of cuts to that contract that you had with the federal government for a plan that you care very much and rely on, to take that money and actually put it into another entitlement program is not going to be good. If you want to take that and put it back into Medicare, now we're talking, but she's proposing something completely different. What?
Honey, you got to...
Listen, I just want to say, hi. I want to say, listen, don't go to bed on November 6th and wishing you had done more, okay? Do not go to bed saying, you know what, we lost an advocate for your issue. We lost an advocate for this business. We lost an advocate for you here in Massachusetts, somebody who is independent. You sent me down there to be that independent voter. Don't believe all the rhetoric. By the way, there are 33 other races going on in the United States Senate right now, and to think that this is the only race in the country and the entire balance of power relies on this, give me a break. Really. To have me down there working with others of goodwill on both sides, trying to solve our country's problems, trying to move us forward, trying to take, you know, that middle, those moderate independent Democrats and Republicans in the middle, to push back against the extremes on both sides. That number's dwindling. Ken Conrad's leaving, Joe Lieberman's leaving, Olympia Snow's leaving, yes. Richard Lugar's leaving. That group is smaller, so who's going to be there as the leader in the middle to push back against those extremes? It's certainly not going to be Professor Warren. It's going to be, thank you, it's going to be people like me and others like me to push back against those extremes, to try to find consensus, to get to that 60-vote threshold, to move our country forward and address our taxes, our spending, our debt, our deficit, national security, immigration. Those are the things that matter. And while the social things are important, you know what's more important for women and for men and for kids? It's jobs. It's getting back to work. It's getting people back to work. It's making sure that we have opportunities to grow and hire and expand. It's taking businesses like this and allowing them to have a larger margin, because when you raise their taxes, when you raise their health insurance, when you raise their energy costs, when you take more out of their business and give it to Washington, then look to the left and right and see who's going to be let go. Because it comes down to personnel, and the more you squeeze their margins, the less they're going to have to contribute back to their employees into the town here. Come on, it's common sense. Do not go to bed November 6th and wishing you had done more. Right? So I'm asking you to do a couple of things. We have some signs, grab them, put it out for 3 days. Get on your email list, get on your phone list. Personally call people and say, you know what, I know Scott Brown. I trust him. I've been watching him since the day he got there. I took a chance in the beginning, but I'll tell you, he paid off in dividends. He's the guy who's been down there and done exactly what he said he was going to do. And it matters. A phone call from people like you matters. If you call somebody, it matters. Please do that. Do not go to bed on November 6th wishing you had done more and you lost an advocate for Massachusetts, for small business, for your tax-paying dollars being used in a good and efficient manner. Send a very powerful message to Capitol Hill that you're not going to fall for the business as usual, the dirty politics, the rhetoric, the divisiveness, the is them, the haves and the have-nots, men versus women. Give me a break. How about us together as Americans first? Huh? Americans first! And in closing, it's people over party, folks. People over party.
People over party. People over party. People over party. People over party.
I just want to say, aside from my marriage to Gail, who's very enthusiastic, honey, I love it. And the birth of my kids, being your senator has been the greatest honor I've ever had, so I'm looking forward to saying hello to everybody here and then going in and supporting a business like this because we are very hungry.
Yeah.
All the Halloween candy's gone. And we're going to use some good to fire us up for the next couple of days. So God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Good to see you. My mom is here, and
Where is she?
she's all the way over there in the back. But she is such a huge fan of Scott.
We'll make our way over
and she's
there.
and she's a Democrat.
Oh, good. That's
So we can get a picture of her. Hi, 1972.
Oh, 1980. Nice to see you. Fellow Waltham mine. Hi.
Like 3 times for no reason. So.
Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you. Thank you.
Mom. Yeah, she's waving.
I was in your shine.
Thank you very much for coming out.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to see you.
How are you?
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for coming out.
Nice to see you. Thank you.